Okay. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Mike Williams. Come on up. And Mike is just tearing it up. Love to introduce you to come out today. Take as long as you like, and then after Mike's done, we're going to be breaking for lunch. So focus and just absorb everything he's going to be talking about because he's got some great stuff.
You guys can hear me? Sweet. This is some nice. So Peter says in a corner, pretty much bouncing up and down, because I like to kind of pump myself up when I'm speaking or doing anything. Even if I'm doing a sales call, I'll be in my office pacing back and forth, getting the energy right. So what I'm going to do right now, I need you guys to get your energy right. So I want everybody to stand to their feet. We're going to do a quick little exercise just to get the energy flowing in the room, because I don't want to be speaking to doornails. All right? I need to be speaking to people who is focused and has the intention to succeed here today. All right? So it's very simple. My mentor loves to do this in most of his events, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate it really fast, and we're going to all do it together. So we're going to come down here to our feet, right? And then we're going to raise up. We're going to say, whoa, power, 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 right? Loud. I want you to wake up this hotel, okay? So let's try it. Let's be one hitter quitters. Let's do it on the first go. You ready? Come on. Down to the feet. Whoa, power, power, power. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love it. Yeah, get the energy right. Get your energy going. You know, when you're trying to build a business, that's what it takes. It takes energy. It doesn't matter really if you know a lot of this technical stuff that we teach. It's your energy, right? Rose created $100,000 online in less than 6 months with none of the technical stuff. It was her energy, right? Every single day just showing up and doing what she needs to do. So what I want to share with you guys is just simply a routine. Michael shared some great technical stuff. Dr. Brandt shared some great stuff as well. And throughout the rest of the day, you're going to get some technical stuff that if you don't apply, you're not going to make any money, right? Do we agree with that? So I'm going to just simply teach you a routine to find one of those one of those things that you learned today. Take that routine and apply it every single day. This helped me to stay on top of things because I'm extremely busy. I'm a father of 3. I'm married and so forth and so on. So I'm busy. So in order for me to make sure that I'm building my business and still running my household, I have to make sure that my routine is on point. Do we agree? Awesome. So who can use this? Newbies or advanced? A marketer who simply wants to create structure to help them stay focused and organized to crush their goals. How many of us can get a little unorganized? Look at the hands going up. Everybody, right? In internet marketing, there's so many different things that we learn every single day about growing our business. It gets extremely overwhelming. I'm here to just simply tell you, focus on one thing. Focus on one thing. Give yourself one thing to focus on for 90 days. And I'm telling you, your life will do a complete 180. Your income will do a 180 when you learn to focus. So that's what my 8-step routine is all about. So quickly, just to learn a little bit about me, I apologize for not being here yesterday. We had an event that overlapped. Myself and my partner Rose had a mansion mastermind out in Beverly Hills. So we were working with a lot of students all day yesterday. So we weren't able to make it here yesterday to mix and mingle with you guys. So I'm gonna just share a little bit of information about myself. Childhood is very simple. People ask me, hey, Mike, what do your parents do for a living? I'm like, bro, my parents are products of the 80s. They're like Bruce Steen, Whitney Houston. No, crack and domestic violence. My mother dealt with a strong addiction to drugs, a part of her life. My father was incarcerated for most of my life. My stepfather was a raging alcoholic. These were my role models. Now, no matter all my imperfect family, no matter how imperfect we were, my parents had one thing in common. They wanted to help me succeed. So I found myself in college, right? Unfortunately, college was not for me. I dropped out of college, maybe my 3rd year. I actually dropped out after maybe the semester of my first year, but I stuck around because I said, maybe I can get this thing eventually, but it just was not for me. I left college and I started to work a job. How many of you got jobs? Right? Oh, nice. Not many got jobs. That's a great audience. But a job is cool. It's J-O-B. It is what it is. I don't mind working a job. I've done all sorts of different types of work. I got out of college, and the first job I had out of college was a debt collector. And it was ironic because I was loaded with debt. So here I am on the phone trying to collect debt from other people. And I would call people up, and I try to be casual. I call up and I'm like, hey, Jack, what's up? I pretend I knew it was them, right? I didn't know if it was them or not, and it'd catch them off guard. Yeah, well, who's this? Well, this is Scotty Summers calling from Professional Credit Services. This is an attempt to collect the debt. Click, ding. I'm like, man, all right, that's done. But I used to bang the phones every single day. I'm gonna collect this debt because I was just simply hungry because I wanted to get out of my own debt, and the only way for that to happen is I had to create income. But I got tired of that, and what did I do? I went out and got another job. The next job that I had, I started working in customer service. I worked for a cable company, and there's nothing more awkward than at 3 a.m. in the morning, Jack Johnson calls in because his porn is pixelating. And you got to work with him on the phone. I need you to unplug your box. I need you to plug your box back in. We're going to get, snow bunnies in Trinidad back up and running for you. A very awkward situation. So after I got tired of that, what did I do? I went out and got another job. I got into the group home industry. I said, all right, cool. Let me work around some people. I started working with people with disabilities, and it wasn't the individuals that we were caring for that was the problem. It was the staff. I couldn't keep any good staff who cared enough for the people that we were taking care of, which was adults with autism. Okay. So after that, I said, I can't take the swings and the ups and downs of the industry because every few weeks, these guys were dealing with new people, and I just couldn't see the structure happening for them. So what did I do? I went out and got another job. I got into the banking industry. This was really depressing because now I'm a retail banker and I'm sitting across the bank, right? Guy walks in, he has $1 million in his account. And he's looking at me and he says, well, Mike, what should I do with my money? Bro, I make $70,000 a year. You should be telling me what to do with what to do with my money, right? But that's just how the world works, and it was very depressing seeing all these individuals make all this money. But me, I asked a lot of questions, I picked a lot of brains, and I got introduced to network marketing. Got into network marketing. Somebody like me didn't have a college degree, didn't have much money. It sounds like that sad story of a network marketer. So woohoo! I was there. I said I have something I can work with now. I got into network marketing and worked hard at network marketing. Didn't make much money at all for a long time. So roughly around 2008, that's when I became a digital marketer. Why? Because I didn't have any more family and friends who believed in the concept of MLM. So I ran to the internet and I started generating some, leads online and doing different things. But it was a whole world that opened up to me, a whole world of exposure. So many different people I started to meet across the world. This is funny because I did this talk at another event. So that 2014 thing there is funny because that person's not in the room, but it was for that particular event. So ignore that. 2014, I launched my own system called the Self-Driven Profit System just to simply help people create income online. 2015, I started the My 8-Step Routine coaching platform. In 2018, here we are. I'm starting to speak and travel a little bit more because of internet marketing, just going out there and doing what Michael says, becoming a celebrity online, creating a lot of different content, which we're going to step into. These are simply some results. It doesn't matter, but people just simply love to see these results. I don't know why. Maybe it gets them encouraged. Who knows? But these are just some things that I've been able to do on a daily basis with the 8-step routine that I'm going to share with you guys. And one other thing, before I get into step one, I did get back into the workforce because I had the opportunity to get a job that actually was a dream job for me, and that's law enforcement. So when I'm not shooting videos online, doing live streams, traveling to speak about my 8-step routine, I'm dodging punches on the street, dealing with defense attorneys in court, helping some kid get back into school because he's not doing the right thing. But it's something that I can do now passionately and not have to worry about paying the mortgage or have to worry about working an extreme amount of hours and not being healthy enough, fit enough to do the work and to do it to the best of my ability. Does that make sense? Awesome. So over the years, the only thing that's really remained consistent, obviously it wasn't the jobs. Well, my wife was pretty consistent. But over the years, the one thing that's remained consistent is internet marketing, digital marketing. I've always been able to supplement my income and do a lot of things that traditional families weren't able to either afford, travel to, because of the extra income I was making online. But in the beginning, it was very confusing. It was a lot of ups and downs because I didn't know which way to go. I was starting this thing, I was starting that thing, I was using this method, and everything was supposed to make me a lot of money, but it didn't. But the one day I buckled down and I said, you know what? What are the most important things that I need to focus on every single day to increase my income, to increase my exposure online. I came up with 8. And the first step is create. What will you share with the marketplace? So every single day, can you honestly say that you're sharing some value with the marketplace? Michael talked about videos. That's sharing with the marketplace. If you do that every day on a consistent basis, what happens? Your following grows, right? When your following grows, your engagement grows. When your engagement grows, your lead flow grows. When your lead flow grows, what happens? Your income increases. So every single day you have to ask yourself, am I creating something for the marketplace? 85% of my business is done on Facebook. So when I go through these 8 steps, I'm going to kind of simply be focusing a little bit more on Facebook because that's where I get most of my engagement from. Now, when we talk about create, I'm not just, it could be value, it can be professional development, making people feel good. But at some point, you got to do some selling, right? We can't make any money without sales, correct? So when you create income, are you confident enough to ask somebody, hey, who has $500 and wants to learn how to make a 6-figure income with affiliate marketing? Very few people ask these questions, and the people who ask those questions are the ones we look up to and the ones making the most money because they've already set the tone and say, hey, in order to work with me, right, you got to pay. We got to have that exchange. Okay, we focus so much on personal development and these value videos, and he's like, Mike, I got a great following, but nobody's buying anything because they don't know what you sell, right? You make everybody feel good, but they don't know what you sell. So start creating income. It doesn't have to be every day, right? But it needs to be consistent enough so people know exactly what you do, how you can change your lives, and what it costs. Step number 2, market. How will you reach the marketplace, right? When you create that content, now who knows about it, okay? When I focus on Facebook, we got this thing called the Facebook algorithm, right? So this is what I consider marketing. Every day that I wake up for about an hour or so, I engage with hundreds of people in my news feed, right? Throughout my day, brushing my teeth, engage, right? Watching some TV, engage, reading some newspaper, engage. And what happens is these people want to engage with you now, right? They want to exchange. Oh, cool, he hooked me up, let me hook them up. When they come over to my profile, they see somebody that potentially has some value, right? It doesn't mean that you're making $1 million, but you can damn sure look like you are. Right? You can be confident enough to talk and say the things that you need to say on your profile every single day to attract the right people. That's considered marketing to me, okay? With your branding and so forth and so on. Does that make sense? Everybody's with me? Is it good? Is it good? Awesome. Step number 3, follow up. This is everything in follow up. How many of you actually follow up with maybe 10 to 15 leads every single day? Do you pick up the phone, call 10, 15 people? Right? Do you message 10, 15 people? Do you message 20 people before you go to bed? One of my business partners, he says, Mike, you need to message 20 people before you go. This weekend, he came to the mastermind. He said, and he told the students, he said, you guys need to message 20 to 50 people before you go to bed so you can wake up receiving messages, so you can wake up with people to talk to, so you can wake up with leads to connect to, share with, right? Build with, and eventually sell to. Does that make sense? Do we want to sell? Will we do it? Yes. Will we do it? All right. So follow up every single day. We have to be following up with people that we've spoken to. A lot of us have the autoresponders and the automatic technology. That's great. But eventually we got to get a little bit more aggressive, especially when we're in the business, we're in the beginning of our business. We don't have all the resources maybe. Maybe we don't have as much money to put into the advertising that we need to. So guess what? We need to do a little bit more sweat equity on our social profiles in order to grow our business. Will we put in a little bit of work? Yes. I love it. Step 4, upsell, right? If they brought once, will they buy again? Yes. Right? That's who keeps buying from you, right? You keep showing the same value, the same people are going to keep buying from you. So upsell. If they only brought one product and you know there's 4 more products, we got some talking to do. We got to explain why the value of increasing the product, why they should buy this product versus this product, right? Upsell every single day, every chance that you get. When you do a live stream, when you do a webinar of some sort, upsell, look for another opportunity to make a little bit more money. Even if it's a tool, the biggest thing that keeps my income consistency is affiliate marketing. So if I know that a marketer might not be working with me personally, I'll find something they can use that I can sell to them, right? Because I got to keep this cash flow going. I got to keep increasing my wealth by exchanging value with another marketer. Does that make sense? Are we going to exchange value? How often? How often? That's what I'm talking about. Step 5, get referrals. There will be a lot of people that say, no, it's okay, right? Hey, buddy, you got anybody else that might be interested in learning affiliate marketing and creating their wealth online, right? Ask them. How many people have told you no and you came back and you asked them if anybody else would be interested? How often do you do that, right? Every day, let's do it. We get no's every day. If you're talking to enough people, you're going to get enough no's every day. So guess what? Ask them for referrals. You may not get the referral all the time, but it only takes 1 time, 2 times, 3 times to turn a 0 into $500, into $1,000 a day, or whatever the case may be. Step number 6, run paid traffic. This is key, all right? I don't care how little or how much. Every day have something happening. Why do we need something happening every day? Because when you have paid traffic running every single day, I don't care if it's $2, $5, $10, it's consistent. All right. Maybe you're not generating a ton of leads, but guess what? You get exposure. Anybody ever ran a Facebook ad? Right? I could care less if I don't get a bunch of leads, right? What I care about is the exposure that I'm receiving, right? I might only had 20 interactions that day of somebody who actually took an action and I generated a lead. But hey, you know what? Facebook showed it to 11,000 people, 1,100 people. That's exposure. And those 1,100 people, guess what? They're going to see me again and again and again and again. And eventually they'll do what? They'll do what? I'm right. Step number 7, live events. Live events like these will change your life. Right? Why? Because you come to these events to network with people. I've met some of my best business partners at live events, people who are extremely like-minded, and all you want to do is succeed and help other people succeed. And you eventually start creating your own events and webinars and doing all sorts of cool stuff. I met Rose mainly online at different webinars, but now we're business partners. My other business partner, Daniel, I met him live in Miami. And we just keep growing and growing and growing our business together. Now, does live events mean just being here? No. Let's do some live streams every day. Let's show up to some webinars every day. Like, who can we connect with every single day? Maybe even locally if you take this thing offline, okay? Where internet marketers really don't like going offline too much, but it's good business out there. And Peter, once again, I didn't say it earlier. I thank you so much for having me here. I really do appreciate coming up here and being able to share some good information. You know, you admire someone when you're an internet marketer and you put on a tie and some dress pants, because we just want to wear shorts and tank tops all day. But it is what it is. We're here and we're making sure everybody getting value. You getting some value? You taking some notes? I love it. So meet people who will help you get to 6 and 7 figures. It's the people. It's the people business. Dr. Branch talked about it early. People. People are everything. And if we aren't making enough contacts every single day, we're never going to live out our dreams. We're never going to fulfill that passion. We're never going to do it. It's people, people, people. Peter doesn't do these events just because he has a room full of people here that he's had the opportunity to now give value to. You're never going to forget that. So start trying to make that type of impact on people every single day. And if you can't attend the live events, guess what? Do events of your own. Turn on the camera. Go live. I mean, Facebook, amazing. Amazing. You can go live every day and connect with hundreds of people. Hundreds of people, right? When I saw that opportunity, when I finally figured this thing out and understood it was about people, oh God, I spent every single day trying to see how I can get my reach even further. Even when I had very little money, how can I get this reach even further? And then they come out with Facebook Lives. Wow. Consistent. I don't care if you're not the best speaker in the world, it doesn't matter. Just turn it on. People like just staring at you anyway, right? They're like staring at you anyway. They're waiting for you to say something cool. Just stare back at them, whatever. Get in the habit of doing it until you finally discover what your thing is, okay? Step number 8, study. Never stop being a student. Never stop being a student. How many of you have brought programs that has hundreds of videos that comes with it, that's teaching you about things? Guess what? This those videos are going to help you increase your value. Why? Because every video that you watch, you should be taking down some notes. You should be creating 1, 2, 3 steps of things that you pulled from those videos and do what? Do what? A live event. Create a video, right? Step number 1 is create, right? So every time you study and you get something of value, create some content to increase your value in the marketplace. And then when you really want to increase your marketplace, that same value drives some paid traffic to it. And what happens? You increase your exposure. You start to create more leads. You start to create more sales. It's a very simplistic thing to do, but you got to do it every day and you have to be consistent. I don't care what method you choose. Choose one. Focus on it for 90 days. Apply a few of these steps, maybe even all 8, and watch where your life will be in the next 90 days. Okay? Great value. You guys are shaking. You guys are focused. You guys are focused. I love it. My 8-step routine. So let's just reiterate. Create, market, follow up, upsell, get referrals, run paid traffic, live events, and study. Okay? These are all the things that you should be focusing on every day. Create, if you're creating a blog, if you're creating a Facebook post, right? If you're creating a video every day, create something of value to share with that marketplace. Yeah, I know you won't always have the energy for a video. That's cool. We got other things that we can create in replace of that, but we have to be consistent in creating something. Market, share as often as possible. When I'm on Facebook, I try to engage as much as possible because Facebook says, hey, this guy's pretty social on the social platform. So guess what? I'm going to show his social content to a whole bunch of other people. The only way you change how Facebook looks at your profile is by how active you are on that profile. So make sure you use the emojis. Make sure you use the different tools that they give to you to be social on that platform because that's what they want. They're looking for the social people because obviously they have something that other people want. So in order to increase that level of engagement and exposure, that's the best way to do it. Today, I believe it's the best way to do it because especially when you have very little income right now to grow your businesses. Does that make sense? It's a little work, but do what you got to do. And of course, follow up, guys. And with the follow up, that comes the upsell. Get referrals all the time, run paid traffic and live events. Go hard or go home. Here's simply a way you can contact me. That's old news. That's actually this weekend. Our next event, well, I'll see you guys again maybe in Las Vegas in November and Washington, D.C. in December. You guys can simply text me or email me. And just for me not being here yesterday, whoever texts and emails me with their name, their email, I'll be able to give you guys like a 30-minute coaching session to kind of see what you're doing every day and see how we can organize that for you. Okay? So text or email, whatever, just name, number, and where and make sure you say that you were at the Peter Wolfen event so that you can get that opportunity to do so. And hopefully I can deliver some value to you and help you get some things done. All right? Awesome. That's it. That's my thing. Oh, previous slide. All right. But guys, like seriously, this industry, it can be easy. Okay. You got to make it easy by being consistent. Okay. It doesn't take 8 hours a day to build your business. It doesn't take, millions of dollars to build this big business. It just takes consistency and energy, and whatever you put back will come back to you, and it'll be a real good value. All right. Awesome, guys. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, guys. So before we break for lunch, I'll tell you a little story and also incentive for those people to come back at 1 o'clock. We have Susan Batchelor is going to be coming. She was at the 4 o'clock. We're going to move her to the first one. And so you're going to hear Susan at 1 o'clock. So you want people to come back on time to hear everything she has to say. So at the beginning, at 1 o'clock, I have a little contest, and we have a gift for our winner of the contest to come back. But if you're not here, you won't be able to win. All right. 2 boys are in a small village, and as they would have normally in villages, they have a wise man in the village where everybody would come for advice, and supremely wise for all things. And as teenage boys would do, is they try to think of some way that they think they know more than the wise man. And so they talk to each other. One says, I got an idea. I'm going to try to trip up the wise man. So they asked the wise man, I like to ask a question. And as everybody would do when a specific question came in, everybody would come to the market square and have the wise man there. And the boys said to each other, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a live bird, and I'm going to put it behind my back, and I'm going to ask the wise man, is the bird alive or dead? And if the wise man says the bird is alive, I'm going to crush the bird and kill the bird and say, look, he's dead, you're wrong. And if he says the bird is dead, I'm going to show him the live bird and say, look, you're wrong. So they said, cool, we're going to trip up the wise man. So everybody's gathered at this festival, and they're waiting for the question from the boy. And as he said, he walks up to the wise man. He says, wise man, I have a bird in my hand. Is the bird alive or is the bird dead? And the wise man thinks, looks down and looks at the boy and says, young man, the life of the bird is in your hands. That's your life. Every decision that you make is live or dead. It's up to you. You have the decision to either kill your dream or make it alive and let it fly away. You have the decision. The power is in your hands. So the wise man says the power to give life or death is in your hands. Think about that for lunch. Enjoy your lunch. We'll be back at 1 o'clock. And hope you guys are having a great time. So it's just great nuggets of stuff for you. And we'll see you at about 1 o'clock, okay?